My people, May Edochie lawyer don't come out unto the matter wey in dey ground. Change of name, bride price make dem return. No be small thing o. Wahala don japutara for
You
everywhere.
have a situation like this, divorce. It's not that hard. Once you have a dissolution order, you can make a publication in the tabloids, newspaper, anyone local to you, and the other documents will still be regarded as valid. But now you wish to now be addressed as this going forward. That's basically what it is. It's not anything that serious. But I understand because, like you mentioned, in the situation of Tina Turner, there are certain names that you would have, done too much with it. That by the time you want to change it, it's gonna, it's gonna turn a lot of things around. So you might as well keep it. And in times past, people have, gone to court over names and all that. It does happen that they will win because whatever made me took your name in the first instance, we may probably have defeated the purpose, maybe by virtue of divorce, death, and all that stuff. But I can still keep it because I've used it on valid documents. For instance, let's say a woman takes a name and now has a new international passport for 10 years. If they divorce in between the expiration of that valid document, there's nothing she can do. She still has to use it till it expires.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I am.
Oh, thank God, a male lawyer.
And yeah, because I was sending a request, but you didn't, pick me at that time, which I understand. So, well, to be honest, bigamy is a crime, but it's only the states that can, prosecute such, just like every other crime. So the lady cannot.
The best she can do right now, if she can prove that the marriage is broken down irretrievably, because there's so many other elements that needs to be proven to obtain a dissolution order when you have a petition for dissolution. Now, I was gonna clear some parts out. The two other lawyers, they did mention it, but there was a little bit of not too clear information out there. We're talking about Section 370 of the Criminal Code. That's the one that deals with. Of course, we're gonna restrict ourselves to criminal code because this happened in southwest and southeast. So there, I might be careful. Move out of here. You're bothering me. Move out of here. So now that is clearly stated that once a man gets married to another person, however, it could be a ceremony. There's no other court that's gonna join them together as a man and wife in any situation. But whatever it is that makes the man takes another woman while a marriage is subsisting, it's a crime and known as bigamy, and is punishable up to 7 years imprisonment.
7 years.
Yes, please.
Wow.
And the Marriage Act also says that it can be it's a form of felony, and that can even attract up to 5 years imprisonment. That's what the Marriage Act says, because you see the Criminal Act actually forbade it, which is, and any other kind of crime comes under the Criminal Act or the Penal Code, as the case may be. But here we're restricting ourselves to the Criminal Act. Now, I think in the whole situation going on with Yul and Rita, I don't think name is really of essence right now, talking about who is keeping whose name. Because, for instance, I can choose to say, look, I like the name Daddy Freeze. It doesn't matter whether I know him or we have any connection or you've made a name for yourself. I just want to be referred to as Daddy Freeze. Tomorrow, I will go address the proper authority. For instance, in America, you want to go to the Social Security office and say, I wish to be known or referred to as Daddy Freeze going forward. But all the documents from the past still remains valid. And you make your regular publication. In science situation, if you probably are in government, you may have to depose to affidavits, which is, written document on, oath. Now, if Rita wants to keep his name, it shouldn't be an issue. His name is actually not his name because there are Edochies. Is Yul, I've been Edochie. And she said, listen, the Yul has a meaning to her, it's still valid. It shouldn't be an issue. Well, now we
So
want to talk about
legally, she can
tradition.
actually keep his name.
Absolutely, without any, she does not have to do any extra thing to say, oh, he cannot harass her. If we're talking about harassment, if you're talking about verbal harassment, I know certain things don't really hold in Nigeria. But for instance, here in America, I can obtain a PFA order against you. If, for instance, you are, closing me up, you are harassing me, sending me all manner of text, there's verbal abuses and all that around here. And in Nigeria, which I believe, at some point in time, she can also get, some kind of order, restraining order against him. But she does not have to drop his name. Really, if she's saying his name, who says his name? Because these are the things we're going to be asking. I know they got married together. She had a previous last name. By virtue of the marriage, then she took his name. Now she has built some things for herself on this name. And if she decides to drop the name, it might even be a misrepresentation of facts. For instance, if she's in the branding thingy, like people that gives ambassadorial to people, what do you call it? What's that thing these musicians get?
Endorsement.
Franchise, all that stuff. Now she wants to be going back from being, say, Rita Edochie now to say Rita Kasim. That's absolutely that's gonna really wreak a lot of havoc on our image, our person. So we shouldn't worry about the name now. What we should be looking at is divorce proper, which I believe, I heard. And the lady earlier too was talking about evidence as to show if she can prove the marriage is broken down. Cohabitation is. He started living with another woman. I don't know their living condition, but I believe we see Yul more with the other lady. I don't remember her name, but I see them on Instagram every now and then. So she can easily prove that the marriage is broken down. Like abandonment is not ready yet because that one takes a while. And also they mentioned something about other nights earlier. I took a note, but I'm trying to put it together. Well, in a petition for dissolution of marriage, the courts will grant orders depending on the age of the marriage. When the marriage is below 2 years, for instance, the court is not quick to grant a dissolution order. They will look at the circumstance, the facts around the case, improving whether the marriage is broken down irretrievably. They would issue a nice-side order. A nice-side order is like a temporary, it's like an embryo order. It matures over a period of time. And once the parties don't come back to the court to say, oh, look, we're trying to make up, we're not trying to carry on with the petition for dissolution, after 6 months period, somebody said 3 months earlier, which is not correct. After 6 month period, it naturally matures into an absolute dissolution order, and the marriage is stand dissolved going forward. Then whatever ingredient that comes underneath it, custody, deliberating on who goes with family property and all of that stuff, then we'll begin to look into that. So that's my little piece, and this is all I have to say, sir. Let me go, and I'll be watching.
Thank you so much for your time, and God bless you, Barrister. You threw a lot of light on this, and a lot of people who have issues with clarity now understand exactly what is going on.